This video is a response to Nicole Arbour's Dear Fat People video. If you haven't seen it yet, that's okay, because it's not really all that nice, and I'm gonna be basically including the gist of the video in this video. Now, she starts with the video by saying,
Dear fat people. Some people are already really mad at this video. What are you gonna do, fat people? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna chase me?
Really? That's how you want to start off your video about body positivity and making sure that people who you apparently care about, because you say it later on in the video, you challenge them to chase you because you clearly are trying to make the joke that they can't because they're fat. Wow. Then she includes a non sequitur about zombies, which doesn't really have any place in this entire video in the first place, but she did it for the sake of comedy, I guess. Whatever. Staying on topic. Then she says that things like fat shaming doesn't exist at all.
Fat shaming is not a thing. Fat people made that up.
And then she includes little random jump cuts that are apparently supposed to be comedic effect, but really just comes off as silly little transitions, kind of like this. Ooh, I can do that too. What is the point? Now, to be fair, she does point out that the people who have a condition or something like that, it's not pointed out to them, or it's not pointed out to the people who have a little bit more cushion for the pushing. She is talking about the people who are obese in America. And I will agree with her that I do think that there are some healthier eating choices that could be made by people. But first off, it's none of my business. People live the lives they want to live because it's their choice. It's their bodies. They are adults. They get to deal with things. And guess what? We shouldn't make fun of them for those reasons. Just like slut shaming shouldn't be a thing, neither should fat shaming. And by saying that it doesn't exist, you are absolutely part of the problem. She says that we should shame people who have bad habits until they stop.
Fat shaming. Who came up with that? That's brilliant. Yes, shame people who have bad habits until they stop.
Even if there's good intent behind that, that's not the way that you go about doing things. Do you think constantly berating somebody because of their choices are gonna make it better for them? No, it's probably gonna make it worse. They're probably going to be pushed more to do it because guess what? That might be part of the problem in the first place because they already feel a certain way. So by you being negative to them, I'm sorry. You're not helping. Now she starts making claims about body positivity and how people should take care of their bodies by working out and eating well. And I agree that that is a form of body positivity.
If you want to be positive to your body, work out and eat well. That's being positive to your body.
But also another form of it is just accepting who you are and being okay with how you are weight-wise. Of course, if you want to lose weight, then by all means, lose weight. But if you don't, you shouldn't have to be berated by people like Nicole Arbour because they think that you are not living up to their standard of health. So no, it's not body positivity what you're doing. And then she starts talking about her experience on an airplane with a family who was apparently overweight and about a kid who was apparently having his fat rolls over into her seat. And she's just being so rude the entire time.
And they complain, and they smell like sausages, and I don't even think they ate sausages. That's just their aroma. I actually took his fat, and I pushed it into his seat, and I held it. He was fine. He was just fat.
She also makes the point that genetics plays a small part in the obesity epidemic. But here's the deal. Have you ever met a person who works out every single day, who takes care of themselves, who makes healthy choices, and still has that problem? I have. And guess what? That's okay, because they're still being healthy, and they shouldn't be judged by you and shamed by you because they're not living up to your standard of beauty or correct weight. And then she says this.
And I want to keep you around. And I'm not saying all this to be an ass. I'm saying this because your friends should be saying it to you.
Really? You want to keep them around? Because the way you're shaping it right now is an indication of the exact opposite of what you just said. And then she says that she's not saying this to be a jerk. She's saying it because it needs to be said to them anyway. You want to know my honest opinion? I think she's trying to get a reaction out of people so she can get more views online. And guess what? It worked. While she has received so much hate and she got fired from her job and all of these different things, she also got a pretty big following from her average view count of maybe 100,000 views per video has skyrocketed. And she has like 5 million views on YouTube alone of this fat shaming video, and it's increased her popularity tenfold, even though she's got a lot of backlash, and rightfully so. That's not even to mention how many views she's gotten on Facebook and other social media sites as well. But that's not not the point. The point is she's trying to be funny and she's trying to include this message about body positivity, but she's doing it in all of the wrong ways. She also has a follow-up video where she says that everybody can't take a joke and that we're killing comedy because we're being offended by things like her video, and as a result, important issues like this won't be addressed in a proper way. But it's really important to know this, Nicole. You are not being funny. There's a very fine line between being offensive and being funny, and guess what? You are not even teetering on that line. You are just being flat out offensive. Sure, with your jump cuts and everything like that, you are trying to be funny, and guess what? You're probably being attention grabbing as well, but this kind of comedy is not effective, if you can even call it comedy at all. People like Louis C.K. or George Carlin made jokes that were very touchy, and yet they handled it with a certain amount of tact and delicacy to where it was heard and it also was hilarious. You are not handling this with tact or delicacy. You are being, quite frankly, an extremely rude and offensive person, and you calling yourself a comedian is unfortunately not true, at least in this regard. I have a feeling that you were just trying to get a rise from people out of this video because honestly, if you were truly about body positivity and about keeping people who are overweight here longer and having them be healthier, then you would be a lot more sensitive on the issue. If you are truly about that, then you really need to be better educated. And there are 3 things that I want to wrap up this video with. 1, if you really care about somebody, be positive to them, do not shame them, because you might be making the problem worse. 2, there are plenty of people out there who are living the lifestyle they think they should live, and guess what? That is their own prerogative. It is not your place to tell them they are wrong. And 3, Nicole Arbour's video is not comedy. It's not a message that people should really take heed of. It's a video that is trying to inspire a bit of controversy and possibly a little bit more publicity for her, which she no doubt is capitalizing on as of right now, and for her to spout out her, quite frankly, uneducated opinion. You want people to take you seriously? You want people to have better lifestyles? Great. I'm all about people helping other people. But this is not helping. And if you are trying to be that helpful person, which you're claiming to be, then I really think you need to go back and reconsider what you've done and what you're going to do with your future videos. My name is Eric Montague, and thank you for watching.